After 5 months of conflict between Israel and Hamas, the UN is warning that at least a quarter of Gaza's population is at risk of famine. Since the Hamas attacks of October the 7th, Israel has periodically blocked the flow of humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip. The UN says it is trying to find a way to deliver more supplies using an Israeli military road bordering the territory. The US, Egypt, Jordan and the United Arab Emirates are airdropping aid into the territory, but officials say airdrops are a last resort and aren't enough to prevent starvation.
Waiting for food to fall from the sky. This is what an aid drop in Gaza looks like. Each one sets off a race, and there's no prize for the losers.
Since the morning, the plane has been dropping aid and I've ran after it. We went to the sea, to the east, to the west. We went to Al Tawam. I got nothing.
According to the UN, Israel has blocked some humanitarian aid sent by land to Gaza. They say aid drops are far from the best solution.
We have to have a plan that allows us to prevent famine. We need to significantly scale up the humanitarian assistance in there. And we have to get up at least 300 trucks a day. Right now, we're lucky if we're getting about 150.
The few resources that are getting in are not enough to feed the millions who are in Gaza. At least 20 children have died of famine in the territory so far.
We eat breakfast. I bring each of my daughters a piece of plain bread to make them feel a little full. We can't eat anything else. There's no healthy food. All our food brings us diseases. There is no food to enable me to breastfeed my child. And I can't buy her milk.
According to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry, the Palestinian death toll has now reached more than 30,000. Without a rapid humanitarian solution for starvation, that number could soon climb.
Salam Aldeen founded the humanitarian aid organisation Team Humanity. He joins us on the line from Gaza. Welcome to DW. I understand you arrived there just over 24 hours ago. What have you seen in that time?
Yeah, what I've seen is people asking for help everywhere where we go. Today we've been in Rafah, we were in Deir al-Balah, we were near the North Gaza, and we're seeing children like without shoes. Most of the children don't have shoes. We're seeing people asking for food, diapers. A lot of children need baby milk. Like this whole city needs everything that is possible to help these people.
And what have you brought with you to Gaza? How are you helping?
So we have sent trucks with aid from Egypt. Until now, we have sent 120 trucks. Trucks is on the way, trucks arrived, and we're doing our best to distribute the food, the aid we brought. There is hygiene packs, there is baby milk, all kind of help that is needed in Gaza right now.
Now, the UN estimates that most of Gaza's population, that's around 2.2 million people, are on the brink of famine. Some trucks, they say, are getting through, and the US and Egypt, Jordan and the United Arab Emirates, they're all airdropping humanitarian aid into the territory. Why isn't that enough?
Because there's a lot of people, like you said, there's over 2 million people that really need help with everything. Today, we saw how people were asking. We're just walking inside the refugee camp, and people were begging us for help. Like everybody came and just asked, we need this, we need this, we need this. So I understand that the need is very huge here. And of course, it's not enough to send the plane. We need trucks. We need many, many trucks. We need daily 500 trucks to get going through the day. The situation is horrible. Like we saw 6 toilets for the whole refugee camp, where there was over 18,000 people. basic toilets is not enough. So people are making their own toilets. So it's horrible. I cannot even explain the situation. It's really, really bad here.
And how were you able to get access to Gaza when so many other organisations have been turned away? And as you say, one of the reasons there isn't enough is that there aren't enough trucks getting through.
So one thing is sending trucks. The other thing is receiving it and distributing it in normal way, in human way. As you heard, when trucks are going inside Gaza, they've been looted and things disappearing. And what we are trying to do is help as much as possible that those trucks will be delivered. The aid will be delivered to the people that is in huge need of this. And as we know, you can also send trucks from Egypt or from other countries. You don't need to be here. And the only way we did it is just officially and ask for approval. And the Israeli government gave us approval to get inside and distribute the aid.
Well, thank you for joining us and talking us through that terrible situation. Salam Aldeen from the humanitarian aid organisation Team Humanity.
And for more on this, let's cross to journalist Balig Sladeen in Tel Aviv. Balig, you've been talking to people inside Gaza. What are you hearing from them about the situation there?
Well, Jihad, to say that the situation is very bad is an understatement because of the lack of the humanitarian aid and the food scarcity all over Gaza. The sources telling me that prices has jumped for food and medicine 500 to 600%. So what was a 1 shekel is now 600 Israeli shekels. So some people actually paid all of what they have in order to buy some food for their families. He's also telling me that people are literally killing each other. They are attacking each other with knives while fighting all over flour and food. And that situation actually made some sort of gangs all over Gaza. So groups of people turned into gangs to steal as much as possible of the aid that comes in, because there's not many for everyone, and to secure the food and the medicine for their own group. But some also are selling that in order to have some money to buy for the future. So families that were suppressed by Hamas during their rule, so we're talking about the clans during Hamas's rule, were suppressed. But now, because Hamas is not present, they are back again. Each wants to secure food and medicine for their own people. And the latest airdrop that was from the UAE, it was fine. That's what they're telling me. But the previous ones, we're talking about the airdrop from the US in partnership with the Jordanians. They didn't know why the airdropping was on the seashore. They're telling me that many of the aid was actually carried by the wind inside the sea. Sarcastically, they're saying that the fish in the sea got more of what we have gotten. So the situation is very, very bad, and that's an understatement.
Well, South Africa has filed a new request to the International Court of Justice. What have the reactions been from inside Israel?
Well, not many officials talked about this, but we've seen that the Foreign Ministry actually asked the court to dismiss that request. As we see that this is the second time that not many, titles here and talks about what South Africa is trying to do in The Hague, because Israel maybe knows right now that the court can't actually have any abilities to stop the attack on Rafah or call for a ceasefire. So right now we have only the Foreign Ministry asking the ICJ to just dismiss this request, something that probably is going to happen.
Journalist Balig Sladeen there in Tel Aviv for us. Thank you.